Hello and welcome to Rajya Sabha TV. I am Tina Jha with News Tonight. Before we take you through what made news through the day, Rajya Sabha TV appeals to all your viewers to continue to maintain COVID-appropriate behavior so as to stay safe from the coronavirus infection. Wear face masks, wash your hands and face regularly, and ensure that you maintain physical distancing whenever you step outside. Remember, these simple precautions are all that we need to take in our fight against the pandemic. And now the headlines of the day. The second phase of COVID-19 vaccination drive begins. Prime Minister Narendra Modi takes the first dose of the indigenous vaccine, the Covaxin. Appeals to all eligible people to get vaccinated and make India COVID-free. Phase 2 to cover people above 60 years and those above 45 years with comorbidities. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Union Ministers Amit Shah, S. Jaishankar, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik take the first shots of the COVID vaccine. Over 10 crore people to be vaccinated in this phase. Record GST collection for the fifth month in a row. February collection crosses 1.13 lakh crore rupees, marks a 7% increase over the same period last year. Auction for 4G Telecom spectrum begins. Bidding amount exceeds 77,000 crore rupees on day one. To continue on Tuesday, spectrum to be allocated for a period of 20 years. And nominations for the first phase of polls in West Bengal and Assam to begin tomorrow. Voting on 27th March for 30 seats in West Bengal and 47 seats of Assam. India expanded its COVID-19 vaccine coverage by including everyone over 60 years of age and those aged between 45 to 59 who have comorbidities in the net, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi setting the pace by taking the first shot of the vaccine. He was administered the indigenously developed Bharat Biotech's Covaxin at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi. The Prime Minister took the shot around 6:30 a.m. and was kept under observation for half an hour as per protocol. His second dose is due after 28 days. Soon after getting the first shot of the vaccine, the Prime Minister took to Twitter. He shared his photograph of getting vaccinated and appealed to all the eligible people to take the vaccine. The Prime Minister also hailed the Indian doctors and scientists who worked in quick time to strengthen the global fight against coronavirus.
जब 60 साल से ऊपर के लोगों के लिए वैक्सीनेशन देश में खोला गया है तो सबसे पहले भारत के प्रधानमंत्री ने वैक्सीन लिया, स्वदेशी वैक्सीन ली, कोवैक्सीन, जिसके खिलाफ इतना ज़्यादा दुष्प्रचार किया गया जो कि साइंटिफिकली एकदम से परफेक्ट थी। तो मैं ये समझता हूँ कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बड़ा स्पष्ट संदेश दे दिया है देश को। अब किसी भी किस्म की इससे संबंधित अफवाहों पर, मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन पर, दुष्प्रचार पर और जो इससे जुड़ी हुई जो वैक्सीन हेजिटेंसी का इशू था, ये हमेशा के लिए इट शुड बी बरीड वंस फॉर ऑल।
प्रधानमंत्री जी सुबह आए आज वैक्सीन लगाने के लिए और उन्होंने मेरा ये मानना है कि देश को 3-4 बहुत अहम जो है मैसेजेस दिए। पहली चीज़ तो यही कि उन्होंने आगे आके जब उनकी बारी आई तो वैक्सीन लगाया, अपनी बारी का वेट किया, लेकिन जैसे बारी आई सबसे पहले वो आगे आए और उन्होंने देश में कुछ सब लोगों को ये दिखाया कि हम आगे आके वैक्सीन लगाएं। उन्होंने भारत बायोटेक की जो वैक्सीन है वो लगाई और इससे ये संदेश दिया कि दोनों वैक्सीन जो हैं वो सेफ़ हैं, हमें आगे आके लगानी चाहिए।
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu also took the first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine at the Government Medical College in Chennai. He too appealed to all the eligible people to get themselves vaccinated proactively and join in the fight against coronavirus. The Vice President will be administered the booster dose after 28 days. Union Ministers Amit Shah, Jitendra Singh, S. Jaishankar and NCP Chief Sharad Pawar were also inoculated on the first day of Phase 2 of the vaccination drive. Among other leaders, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar and the Chief Minister of Odisha, Naveen Patnaik, also received the first shot of the vaccine. The leaders also appealed to all eligible people to come forward and get themselves vaccinated. Thousands of people queued up at government and private medical facilities across the country as the country further opened up its vaccination program, opening for the general public. According to the Health Ministry, more than 1 million citizens have registered on the CoWIN portal so far. In the first phase of the vaccination, only the healthcare and frontline workers were eligible to get the vaccine. Over 1.4 crore vaccine shots have been given in India since the vaccination drive was kicked off on the 16th of January.
मुझे वेबसाइट देखने में रजिस्ट्रेशन करने के 1-1.5 घंटे में मुझे वैक्सीन मिल गई और मुझे तो कभी डर नहीं लगा क्योंकि ये हमारे जो भारत के वैज्ञानिक हैं, जो भारत के नीति निर्धारक हैं, उन्होंने पूरा टेस्ट करके, पूरा परीक्षण करके वैक्सीन पैदा की है।
प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने जो आज उनकी हमने फ़ोटो देखी थी, उसको देख के एकदम ऐसे लगा यार चलते हैं, मतलब बहुत अच्छा लगा, वेरी नाइस। देश का प्रधानमंत्री जब ऐसे लगवा रहा है तो दैट इज़ अ ग्रेट इंस्पिरेशन फॉर एवरीबॉडी।
जो टीका लगाया उस लड़की को जितनी तारीफ करो उतनी कम है, बहुत कोऑपरेटिव है, इतना अच्छा उसने टीका लगाया, मुझे पता भी नहीं लगा टीका लगा।
The registration for Phase 2 of the vaccination drive began on Monday morning. Here's how you can book an appointment for getting the vaccine. Registration and booking for appointment for COVID-19 vaccination can be done through www.cowin.gov.in and the Arogya Setu app. All citizens aged 60 or more as on 1st of January 2022 are eligible to register. In addition to all citizens aged between 45 to 59 years and have any of the specified 20 comorbidities. The eligible beneficiaries can choose the center of their choice and book an appointment based on the available slots. The vaccination is free at the government facilities and paid at private hospitals. The price of COVID vaccines at private hospitals has been capped at 250 rupees per dose. More than 10,000 private hospitals empaneled under Ayushman Bharat, more than 600 hospitals under the CGHS and other private hospitals empaneled under state schemes can function as vaccination centers. The second phase of the COVID-19 vaccination drive will cover 10 crore people across the country. And before we go on and look forward to the COVID-19 numbers in the country at present, Rajya Sabha TV also appeals to all eligible people to go forward and get your vaccination. That is, all the people above 60 years and above 45 for those who are comorbid. Let's now get you the statistics on COVID-19 situation at present. India reported 15,510 new cases in the last 24 hours. As several states continue to report an increased number of daily new cases. Maharashtra, Kerala, Punjab, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Gujarat have shown a surge in new cases in the last 24 hours. Maharashtra reported the highest daily new cases at 8,293, followed by Kerala with 3,254 cases, while Punjab reported 579 new cases. The three states, along with Tamil Nadu, Gujarat and Karnataka, contributed 87.25% of the fresh cases in the country. India's total number of active COVID-19 cases was recorded at 1,68,000. That comprises 1.52% of the total infections. 106 deaths were reported from different parts of the country in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the state of Arunachal Pradesh has become free of COVID-19. The state declared itself COVID-free on Sunday after the only 3 active cases recovered from the disease. The total caseload in the northeastern state remained at 16,836, while the number of recoveries stood at 16,780. The state has not reported a single fresh COVID-19 case in the past 24 hours. A total of 56 people have died so far due to the infection. Arunachal Pradesh's recovery rate and positivity rate are 99.66% and 0% respectively. The state immunization officer also informed that over 32,000 health and frontline workers have received vaccine shots in the state so far. Moving on to some other news, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday addressed a webinar on effective implementation of budget provisions regarding the agriculture sector. He said that India needs to focus on processing facilities in every sector of agriculture, including food, vegetables, fruit and fisheries. He also stressed on the need to improve the system of processing and making modern storage facilities available to farmers near their villages. Here's a report on what all the Prime Minister said. India needs a food processing revolution for value addition to farm produce, said Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday. Addressing a webinar on the steps taken for agriculture sector in this year's union budget, the Prime Minister emphasized on farmers getting more avenues to sell crops. He also underlined the need for increased participation of private players in the farm sector.
आज ये समय की मांग है कि देश के किसान की उपज को बाजार में ज्यादा से ज्यादा विकल्प मिले। सिर्फ रॉ प्रोडक्ट या फिर सिर्फ उपज तक किसानों को सीमित रखने का नुकसान देश देख रहा है। हमें देश के एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर का प्रोसेस्ड फूड में के वैश्विक मार्केट में विस्तार करना ही होगा।
Prime Minister Modi said that under the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign, emphasis is being laid on creating agro-industries clusters near the villages so that the people can get employment related to farming in the village itself. He also stated that micro food processing units are also being set up.
हमें गांव के पास ही एग्रो इंडस्ट्रीज क्लस्टर की संख्या बढ़ानी होगी ताकि गांव के लोगों को गांव में ही खेती से जुड़े रोजगार मिल सके। ऑर्गेनिक क्लस्टर्स, एक्सपोर्ट क्लस्टर्स, इसकी भी इसमें बहुत बड़ी भूमिका होगी। गांव से एग्रो बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स शहरों की तरफ जाएं और शहरों से दूसरे इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्ट गांव पहुंचे, ऐसी स्थिति की तरफ हमें बढ़ना होगा।
The Prime Minister said that contract farming has been present in the country in some form or the other for a very long time and that it should not only be viewed purely as business. He added that the government has a responsibility to provide the best facilities and technology to the farmers of the country.
देश की खेती में सिंचाई से लेकर बुआई, कटाई और कमाई तक टेक्नोलॉजी का एक संपूर्ण समाधान मिले, इसके लिए हम सबको मिलकर के एकजुट प्रयास कर रहे हैं। हमें एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर से जुड़े स्टार्टअप्स को बढ़ावा देना होगा, युवाओं को जोड़ना होगा।
Highlighting various provisions for agriculture in the union budget, the Prime Minister said agriculture credit target has been hiked to 16.5 lakh crore rupees with priority to animal husbandry, dairy and the fishery sector. He also said the government has taken several decisions for the welfare of small farmers. With inputs from Ravindra Singh Sharan, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the Maritime India Summit 2021 on Tuesday via video conferencing. Organized virtually by the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterways, the 3-day summit will conclude on the 4th of March. The summit will visualize a roadmap for India's maritime sector for the next decade. It will also work to propel India to the forefront of the global maritime sector. Eminent speakers from several countries will attend the summit and explore potential business opportunities and investments in Indian maritime domain. Denmark is the partner country for the three-day summit. And time for a short break here. More updates on the other side. Do stay with us.
Watch The Big Picture at 9:30 p.m. only on Rajya Sabha television.
Article 84 is regarding qualification for the membership of Parliament. A person qualifies for membership of Parliament if he is a citizen of India and makes and subscribes before some person authorized in that behalf by the Election Commission an oath or affirmation according to the form set out for the purpose in the third schedule. A person qualifies for membership of Parliament if he is not less than 30 years of age in the case of Rajya Sabha and not less than 25 years of age in the case of Lok Sabha. A person qualifies for membership of Parliament if he possesses such other qualifications as may be prescribed in that behalf by or under any law made by the Parliament.
Welcome back. You're watching News Tonight. In a clear indication of economic recovery, GST collections crossed the 1 lakh crore rupees mark for the 5th month in a row in February. The Finance Ministry said on Monday that the GST collections rose 7% to over 1.13 lakh crore rupees in the month of February. The gross GST revenue collected in February 2021 stands at 1.13 crore rupees, out of which CGST is 21,092 crore rupees, SGST is 27,273 crore rupees, IGST is 55,253 crore rupees, and cess is around 9,525 crore rupees. The government also released the 18th weekly installment of 4,000 crore rupees to meet the GST compensation shortfall to the states. Of this, an amount of 322.26 crore rupees has been released to the 3 union territories with legislative assembly, that's Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir and Puducherry, which are members of the GST Council. Apart from this, 3,677.74 crore rupees have been released to 23 states. With this, around 94% of overall projected GST compensation shortfall has been given to states and union territories, according to the Finance Ministry. Auction of the mobile telecom spectrum started on Monday. On the first day of the auction, the government received winning bids worth 77,146 crore rupees. This has substantially exceeded pre-bid estimates of 45,000 crore rupees. 4 rounds of bidding took place till 6 p.m. More rounds of bidding will be held on Tuesday. 3 bidders, Bharti Airtel Limited, Vodafone Idea Limited, and Reliance Jio Infocom are participating in the auction. Spectrum across 7 bands, 70 MHz, 800 MHz, 900 MHz, 1800 MHz, 2100 MHz, 2300 MHz and 2500 MHz is being auctioned. Spectrum, which will be assigned to the successful bidders, is valid for a period of 20 years. Successful bidders can pay the entire bid amount in one go or pay a certain amount upfront with the remaining amount in a maximum of up to 16 EMIs after a moratorium of 2 years. The current auction does not include frequencies in 3300 to 3600 MHz bands that were identified for 5G services. Addressing the 45th Civil Accounts Day, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the Controller General of Accounts, who is the bookkeeper of government accounts, has adopted great systemic reforms. She said in order to keep government accounts transparent, the CGA will have to adapt and keep pace with changing technology to keep government account transparent. Listen in.
Today. So you're constantly updating and moving forward. But in order to make government accounts, which are humongous, transparent, it is necessary to keep pace with technology. I'm sure you will be able to achieve that because of the ways in which you have very quickly adapted the DBT related technology, and you see success.
And Union Minister Dr. Harshvardhan inaugurated the three-day Global Bio India 2021 on Monday. Speaking at the event, the minister said, while information technology is ruling the country's present, biotechnology will become India's tomorrow. He added that the sector is recognized as one of the key drivers for India to achieve its target of $5 trillion economy. The second edition of Global Bio India is being held virtually and aims to showcase the strength and opportunities of India's biotechnology sector at the national and global level.
The whole government of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, supported by our Finance Minister, stands rock solid behind every idea, whether it is coming out of a mind with good quality formal education or without any formal education. There are so many people in this country who have got bright ideas, who are contributing to the ideas economy through their great innovation coefficient, and are converting things into entrepreneurship, helping people of India solve their problems and making their lives better.
The notification for the first phase of elections in West Bengal and Assam will be issued on Tuesday. With this, the nomination process will begin in the two poll-bound states. Polling for 30 out of 294 seats of West Bengal will be held on the 27th of March in the first phase, while in Assam, 47 out of 126 seats will go to polls in the first phase. The last date for filing nominations is the 9th of March, and the scrutiny of nominations will take place on the 10th of March. The last date of withdrawal of candidature has been set at the 12th of March. A BJP delegation met the Commissioner of Kolkata Police, Somen Mitra, on Monday. The delegation, led by Rajya Sabha member Swapan Das Gupta, met the Commissioner with a written complaint that some officers were planning to misuse postal ballots in the upcoming assembly elections in West Bengal. The letter alleges that 3 officers were collecting photocopies of Aadhaar and voter identity cards. The BJP alleged that this is being done to collect postal ballots and cast proxy votes, and has demanded that the matter should be investigated and the involved policemen should be immediately suspended. Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra began her 2-day visit to poll-bound Assam on Monday. She offered prayers at the Kamakhya temple in Guwahati. The AICC General Secretary halted at Jalukbari area, where Congress supporters felicitated her before proceeding to the Shakti Peeth atop the Nilachal Hills. After visiting the Kamakhya temple, Priyanka Gandhi visited Lakhimpur in Upper Assam. There she held a meeting with party workers and also launched a protest scheduled to visit Sonari Gram Panchayat, hold a meeting with party workers and launch a protest program of the unemployed youth. Besides, she also interacted with women tea garden workers and the self-help group members. Elections to the 126-member State Assembly will be held in 3 phases, with 39 seats going to polls in the second phase on the 1st of April and 40 in the third and final phase on the 6th of April. And Congress leader Rahul Gandhi questioned the policies of the central government on Monday while addressing a public rally. He was addressing a huge crowd in Nagarkoil in Kanyakumari district ahead of the assembly elections scheduled for the 6th of April. Rahul Gandhi said that Tamil Nadu should show the way to the country in keeping away the forces projecting one culture, one nation and one history concept. He also said history has shown that nobody can rule Tamil Nadu other than the Tamilian people. He added that only a person who truly represents the Tamil people can be the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Rahul Gandhi also participated in various engagements in Kanyakumari district as part of his 3-day tour of the state. He also attended an event at St. Joseph's Metric Higher Secondary School and laid a wreath at the memorial of former MP Vasanta Kumar. Single-phase elections to 234 assembly seats in Tamil Nadu are scheduled to take place on the 6th of April. The Congress is fighting the elections along with the DMK in an alliance. And before we leave, Rajya Sabha TV once again appeals to all its viewers to continue to maintain COVID-appropriate behavior so as to stay safe from the COVID-19 infection. Wear face masks, wash your hands and face regularly, and ensure that you maintain physical distancing whenever you step outside. Remember, these simple precautions are all that we need to take in the fight against the pandemic. Good night and thank you for your time.